All right. We're in the house. We're in the house, family. Come on in. Sit on down, children. Amen. Sit on down. Kings and queens. Come on in. Got a powerful one today. Make sure y'all check out the one I did on the Mardi Gras that I just did on Sarah Susan Seti's channel. Y'all know what time it is. KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Susan Seti DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, art and home decor, transforming your African home into the African temple that you always wanted. I guarantee you, matter of fact, I got 15% off sale going on right now for the family. Get on over there and get you some, you know what I'm saying, and get that discount. You know what I'm saying? You've been eyeing a couple of products that you like and love. Get on over there right now and get them. Y'all know what time it is. Ring the alarm, GeneralSeti.com. Ring the alarm, GeneralSeti.com. The most complete General Sarah Susan Seti website on the planet. And right now, we done added the complete ancient Egyptian studies. It's a class, which we're going to be going over this year, you know, which we're going to be dealing with the Egyptian mystery system, you know, and its global support, subordinate systems, you know, dynastic Egypt, temple studies, pyramidology, and the sacred deities. You see, and on top of that, you got over 800 videos and lectures. Too raw for YouTube, the making of the white man, you know, all the debates, all world religions, ancient Egypt, Ethiopia, India, and all West Africa, Black power politics and economics, the Black Woman is God series, you know, global African supremacy, and much, much more. Even the one all the making of the white man's is on GeneralSeti.com. And so even Patreon, you know, I'm ringing the alarm, General Seti dropping bombs on Patreon. You know, been dropping some heavyweight over there. You know, almost Nefertari, the baddest Black woman of the ancient world, very powerful, you know, dealing with that empress that nobody wants to deal with, you know, because she was more powerful than any white man or any white woman that ever ruled on the planet. You see, and so and the fact that she was an empress before Europe was even born. And so through her bloodline came the most famous and most, you know, world-renowned bloodline ever in history. You know, and so you have to get and get over there to Patreon. Also got the Order of Melchizedek, and the Canaanite Egyptian Mystery School, taking it, you know, into areas of the occult science that nobody know how to get into those portals because they dealing with some fraudulent information, and so they not dealing with it right. You see, and so, and also the Olmec Voyages of the Nile, the Aboriginal Black Indian myth exposed. You know, I did that on Ticker Leap, but it's now on Patreon for the family. You know, if you want to see it, if you join and you become you know, you join the graduate or the advanced tier, you get all my live streams for free. You know what I'm saying? So think about getting that information, because I'll make sure you get well over, you know, goddamn it, $20. You know what I'm saying? You can buy a little pamphlet that ain't gonna give your ass 1% of what I'm gonna give you in that lecture. You see what I'm saying? So what it took me, damn near 30 years to do the research to convey to you. You understand what I'm saying? You know what you could get it for. Listen, I ain't even got to say no more. Okay? And so what we dealing with today, because we seeing some, you know, and it's always some crazy shit going on in Europe. You know, and And I'm laughing because, you know, you still have to watch everything that's going on out there. You know what I'm saying? You have to watch everything. You can't take nothing for face value. You know what I'm saying? It's some, you know, it's some underhand and shit going on. But we've seen that Vladimir then ran up in Ukraine, you know, and people, you know, they all up in arms about him, you know, taking some shit that, you know, for all intents and purposes is his. You know, a lot of people don't see it that way, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's them people over there. You know, that's them people over there, and they've been, you know, linked together for, you know, time immemorial, you know, and now people's who's, you know, they pretending, and this is not, I'm not on no side. I'm just showing you how they operate so that you understand what you up against. Not to be no goddamn fool. You know what I'm saying? Not to be no fool. You know what I'm saying? And so I've always told you, and I'll tell your ass again, a lot of people think that they can pack up and they can run from the U.S. and that they are, you know, somehow they free from the beast. You might not be in the gut, but you still in the belly. Okay, you might not be in the gut, but you still in the belly. And at any given time, that beast can show up to the shores of wherever you at and cause nothing but chaos and mayhem. And that's why you cannot run from the Cro-Magnon, that you must deal with him face to face, eye to eye, chest to chest. You understand what I'm saying? You got to deal with it. And that's why we in the predicament we in today, because we just don't want to deal with it. And so we see that if it's for a cause that the European deems is vital for his survival, he gonna see you. And so Vladimir, and we're gonna deal with this. Ukraine used to be a part of the Soviet Union, and a lot of people are gonna say, well, they took it, or at some given time, or they was forced into the union. Goddamn it, what about the nations of Africa that was forced into goddamn unions? You see what I'm saying? Okay, you know, and France and shit is still inside in Africa and Britain, and still playing, you know, patriarch to some of them niggas down there that speak that good French and that good English down there. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, they done this shit all over the world, you know, but when it's for their cause, you know, which we call the West, you know, and that's anything west of the Ural Mountains, you see what I'm saying, or west of Russia, you see, then, you know, if you do it, then it's accordance with civilization. It's in accordance with civilization. Somebody else do it, they are brute, they you know, they usurper, you know, and so they looking at Vladimir as if he done some shit that they haven't done. Like I say, I'm not on no sides. You know what the fuck? I'm not no Caucasoid. I'm not no goddamn Cro-Magnon Neanderthal, so I ain't got no side. I'm just sitting back and I'm watching. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, and observing and seeing. And so I know one thing, I don't trust nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust nothing. You know, this could very well be a stage, but based on what they say it is and looking from both sides, I'm going to show you what the situation is. Now, again, we know that the Soviet Union, now, many of y'all might not even remember the Soviet Union. You might be too young to even remember the Soviet Union. You see, it fell back December 25th, damn, on Christmas. Say, them motherfuckers threw in the towel on Christmas. What kind of shit is that? What kind of shit is that? They threw in the towel on 1991. Okay? Now, Russia right now is the largest nation on the planet. You see? Now imagine what it looked like when it was the Soviet Union. You see, and I'm gonna show you, what it looked like. Now, this is what it looked like before it broke up. Now, many of those nations that are now independent, you know what I'm saying? Like Estonia, Lithuania, even Ukraine, Georgia, Armenia. Some of these motherfucking nations I can't even pronounce. Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, all them stans, all the stans, all the stars. Family, this is a Naga News Network special report. This is a Naga News Network special report. And so this was the Soviet Union. Now, Russia is still the largest country today. So you know what it looked like when it was with the Soviet Union. And so again, so it fell apart. And so many of, the other nations on the outside of Russia became independent. You see? And so Ukraine, and a lot of people don't know that, Chernobyl, where when the Soviet Union had the nuclear meltdown, Chernobyl is in Ukraine. And when the Soviet Union fell apart, United States had to go in there and because they had a lot of nuclear weapons. Hey, had to get them nuclear weapons and shit and, seize them nuclear weapons for some rogue motherfucker, let one off and shit and bomb something. You know what I'm saying? And so, what has happened since the collapse of the Soviet Union is that the West, and when I say the West, that's everything west of Russia. That include, the France, the Britain, and, Greece, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Germany, Poland, all of those nations, they didn't pull a lot of them breakaway Soviet states into NATO. Now that's their alliance. You know what I'm saying? That's their alliance, NATO. And so, they, if you look at it, they squeezing their ass. They squeezing them. Let's deal with it. Ain't nobody that stupid. They squeezing them. They pushing up closer and closer. You know what I'm saying? They pushing up closer and closer. And anytime they talk about All right. We black. We black. And you know, I'm always get back on. Anybody out there know me. It ain't the Charger. I believe, you know what I'm saying? The goddamn internet. They be trying my shit. Y'all can't hear me? Yeah, we black. We black. Let me get my maps back up, family. All right. We black up. We black up. All right. We black up. Don't go nowhere. Y'all always know I'm going to get it back popping real quick. Let me get my monitor up, family. All right. We black up. Now, again, so what has happened since the breakup of the Soviet Union in December 25th, 1991, the West, United States, Britain, France, Germany, Poland, and all the rest of the Cro-Magnon Neanderthals, west of the Caucasus Mountains, have been seizing a lot of the breakaway Soviet states. That's what they do. Now, that's what I mean, and that's war. You see, that's war. You know, that's war. They didn't got closer and closer to the front door of Russia. And so what you got to understand, even when you look up at, you know, let me come down. You look at some of the NATO, you know, the members. Now, you got Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. You see, they right up on Russia. They right at their door. And so Ukraine is technically in Europe. That's what they say is Europe. Okay? And so Ukraine is the largest supposed country in Europe. It's a large state. You see? And so, you know, even when you look at Romania, you look at Bulgaria, you know what I'm saying? All through that, this is all and you're going to see that they strategically placed. You know, they strategically placed. And when you really look at it, they squeezing his ass. That's what they doing. They squeezing him. They squeezing him. They trying to squeeze him, even though he's still very powerful. You know what I'm saying? With the, you know, his military, he's still, you know, and he's powerful enough that he could probably roll over the rest of Europe. The only reason that he probably, you know, is because of the United States. You know, your black sons that they sending over there. You know what I'm saying? To fight over there, but they can't even fight over here for their own families. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we have to, why am I talking about it? Because many of our babies, you know, they didn't signed up. They didn't signed up, but, you know, I mean, that's the lack of us pushing for a blueprint for global African supremacy, getting our own, so we can get the fuck on where we ain't got to be pushed off and no, this shit ain't got nothing to do with our people. Nothing at all. You understand what I'm saying? They won't even send no help to Africa for shit. You know what I'm saying? But anytime it's that get down to the get down, y'all ready to send all type of black blood to bleed over there for all that European shit that been going on for thousands of years. You see what I'm saying? And so we're going to be looking at some critical areas. You know what I'm saying? Some critical areas. Now, one of the critical areas is the Black Sea. And so you see, right, you know, when you look at Ukraine and you look right up under Ukraine, which is Crimea, you see what I'm saying, which was a part of Ukraine until old boss Vladimir Putin went down there and took it under the Obama administration. Took it. Said, fuck that. Because what they gonna do is, you know, and you look and see, you know, that you got that sea right there. You got that sea right there. It's called the Sea of Asav. Asav. Okay, the Sea of Asav. Okay, and so, you know, with the West, you know, bringing Ukraine into NATO, you know what I'm saying, pushing. I mean, what you gonna do is we gonna fight war on your shit. We gonna fight a war, and then it gives them the ability to, you know, shoot shit right at his front door. You know what I'm saying? You know, if they got any type of missiles and shit over there in Ukraine, I mean, you talking about hitting Moscow in like 5 minutes. You see what I'm saying? They could bombard that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And so he really, his back is against the goddamn wall. A lot of people thinking it's a show, though. You know what I'm saying? But I could see what's happening. Now, if they pre-scripting this shit, so, you know, if they pre-scripting it, which is always a possibility, as a means to bring about whatever design change in the world that they aiming for, you understand what I'm saying? Which is always a possibility. You know what I'm saying? Which is always a possibility. I looked up yesterday, and it's a goddamn news report from goddamn September last year where they already knew that they say 175,000 troops. They damn near knew the dates. I say, well, goddamn, I mean, what the fuck is this? You see what I'm saying? It's like they already knew the script. They about knew what time he was gonna move. They already knew about how many soldiers that he was gonna have and shit. This was September 2021. So that shit kind of like threw me for a loop. Like, well, goddamn, if y'all got this much goddamn information, is this shit scripted? But when you look at, you know, the Black Sea, you look at, you know, the NATO, you know, allies that's even on the Black Sea. You talking about Romania? You talking about, let me see, Bulgaria? Yeah, Bulgaria, Romania. You see? Let me bring this down so this is much clearer. You see? So you got Bulgaria, Romania, Turkey, Greece. You see what I'm saying? And so if they would have, you know, taken Ukraine, they basically then locked their ass in over there. Straight up. The only thing is that Russia is still stronger than all those nations over there combined. Okay. Okay. Okay, we black. We black. We black. We black. We black. They messing with this motherfucker tonight. They don't want the general dropping no knowledge. They don't want the general dropping no knowledge. Let me make sure my monitor is up. We black. How's it looking out there? Okay. All right. All right, we're good. All right, I'm just trying to get my monitor up. All right, good. And so again, and so what they doing is, they preparing to lock him in. That's basically what they trying to do. They on all fronts, the Black Sea, we see right there on the Black Sea. And so he went on down in there and he took Crimea. You understand what I'm saying? He said, y'all not about to be setting up right there. Y'all not going to lock me in or, where he can't even get out that damn sea over there. You see? And so you got the now when you go up to the Baltic Sea, you see, when you go up to the Baltic Sea, you got even at the top of what you call, on the northern end of Europe. You see, you talking about Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. You see, Lithuania. You got Denmark. You got, on the Baltic Sea. You got Poland. I said Denmark. You got the Netherlands. You got Germany. Well, Germany ain't necessarily on it, but and so they even got him, even though he's still mightier. He's still mightier. He's mightier than those, those small nations, combined without the United States. But but if they arm him, and that's what they pushing. Even Donald Trump was talking about, they need to step up their goddamn, spending some of that money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers got to take care of y'all goddamn self. That's what they saying. And really what they saying is, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to strengthen, because some of them nations, even though they dependent on your black babies to go over there and defend their ass. Because if he want to take Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, he could do it just like he took Ukraine. They could take it. He could take it just like, and the rest of them. None of them really can stand up to him. None of them can really stand up to him one-on-one. And so basically, if he wanted to roll through, he could basically roll through. He could do everything that Hitler was talking about doing, he could do. And they basically couldn't do a damn thing to stop him. And so they didn't piss him off and shit. And so we don't know where it's going. We don't know where it's going. And what I'm showing you, and what I'm showing you from an African perspective, you know what I'm saying? We got to understand that they could show up to Africa the same way, like they always have shown. This is a different day and age, though. This is a different day and age, and so you got to be prepared, to send a motherfucker a message if they show up to your house and show up, because they will roll in if they think they can, get in there. You see, if they think you weak enough, and they'll come in there and take your shit at any given time. At any given time, they'll take your shit. And so you see, again, they got him basically blocked in up there too. And if they arm, and so he feeling trapped. He feeling trapped. This is old Crimea. He took that. He just say, fuck it. And they didn't really do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really do nothing. They put a couple of sanctions on him. They didn't put and you can see, and you can see that China is backing Russia. You know why? Because they about to do the same thing with Taiwan. They about to do the same thing with Taiwan. And they say they got more credibility in taking Taiwan than Russia got in taking Ukraine. You see, they got more of a right to take Taiwan. So they're not going to say nothing against Russia because they about to do the same goddamn thing, And so they showing is basically, so you mean to tell me that they going to go to war for Taiwan and they not going to go to war for Ukraine? You see, they're not going to go to war for you, but they're going to go to war for Taiwan. They're going to go to war with China. They're going to beef with China, who got nuclear weapons and all type of weaponry and shit, and 2 million man, 3 million man army. You see what I'm saying? You gonna fight. So they no longer fear the United States like that. You know what I'm saying? They fumbling and goddamn bumbling. And like I say, I'm just saying it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Peoples is rising up. And they long, you know, and so unless the United in some nations that United States can't run up in, like Iraq and shit. You know, they can't run up in fucking China or Russia like Iraq. And they got, you know, thousands of goddamn nukes. And so, and, you know, you can't just step in one thing that Vladimir Putin did before he went into Ukraine. He shot some nuclear, you know, some nuclear capable missiles off to let motherfuckers know if they go over there fucking around that he got something for their ass. You know what I'm saying? He got something for their ass. And so once you got them nukes, you know what I'm saying, you ain't really it's nothing really what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker run in and take it, what you gonna do? And so what they gonna do is try to sanction them to death. You know what I'm saying? You know, and keep it where he can't interact on the world economy. And hope, you know, what they hoping is that they people, you understand, the Russian people just get so goddamn enraged with him that they overthrow his ass. You know what I'm saying? That they ain't gonna want to live in that type, you know, where they suffering and shit. You know, the same thing they doing to them Iranian people and shit. You know, close their ass off to the, you know, to the world where they can't trade with them or do. And if they catch your ass trading with him, then trading with any of those people that's being sanctioned, they gonna sanction your ass. And that's what they said, that they're gonna start penalizing anybody trying to do business with him. You know, but they ain't gonna penalize China. You know, China already said they're gonna keep normal relationship with Vladimir. You see? And so another thing, when you look and see, you know, that the United States already got nukes in Europe. You know, they already got nukes in Europe. They got them in Belgium. They got them in the Netherlands. They got them in Germany. You understand? They got them in Italy. They got them in Turkey. And I guess that's you know, that's one of they, you know, what they got just in case he try to roll in. You know what I'm saying? They got, you know, a care package for old Vladimir. So these motherfuckers is gearing up, man, to really, you know, and this is the savagery of this Cro-Magnon Neanderthal. And peoples is always aspiring to, you know, get this motherfucker some credit that he's somehow the greatest, you know, mind. Man, this motherfucker is the most destructive fucking mind that has ever come to this planet. To put this whole planet, the all living things on this planet in threat of extinction. You understand what I'm saying? Over some goddamn caveman characteristics and activities. You see what I'm saying? Caveman, they can't get that goddamn Neanderthal up out of their goddamn thinking and their thoughts and shit and their interactions with one another. You know what I'm saying? The thing is that they about ruling, and that's what it's about. Who gonna rule the world? You see, and Vladimir know that it's either now or never. You know, and by crushing his economy, you know, you might send that motherfucker over the edge. You might send him over the edge is what you might do. You understand what I'm saying? Because that motherfucker in North Korea, he's a crazy motherfucker, but Vladimir look like he might be the one. You know what I'm saying? You know, if motherfuckers say what they want to say, you know what I'm saying? He might be the one. You know what I'm saying? He don't look like he playing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna be 100 with it. You know, he don't look like he playing. You know, they done pushed his ass to the brink, and you know, and then if they suffocate the economy, which they're gonna try to do, they might send that man over the brink. Okay, and so that is a threat, a possibility of a threat that could happen. Because what you expect them just to shrivel and you know, without a fight, you know what I'm saying? Without a fight, you think they're gonna do that? And I don't believe that they do. And so they know there is more to come. And so he's already then went to whatever allies that he can to get assurance that they will continue to back him and make sure, because China don't want to see Russia implode. They don't want to see Russia implode. You know, so it's into their best interest that Russia remain, you know, strong to the sense, you know, not to, you know, because, you know, if it fall, then who you think gonna seize that? You know what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna want, you know, Russia to fall. So they gonna back Russia just like they didn't back North Korea and all the rest of them. You see? And so you can even see that they even on the Arctic Ocean. You know what I'm saying? People don't even know, man. These motherfuckers got in areas niggas don't even know exist. You know what I'm saying? So even when you go up to the Arctic Ocean, you know what I'm saying? You go up to the Arctic Ocean, Russia is got many bases, and then you got, UK and United States got some bases, not as many as Russia. And so, the Russians is heavy up on that Arctic Ocean. They heavy up there. And so they even, and United States is talking about going up there and getting in and putting few more bases up there too. You see, and so these is a lot of the bases that's up there, and so why am I showing? Because they're letting y'all know that they got motherfucking military all over this planet. You see what I'm saying? And people don't even understand how deep it is. You see, again, looking at the Arctic Ocean, you see Norway, Canada, Denmark, and United States is also up there. So even up there, you got the Denmark, next to Russia. And so, the United States is, would technically have to, arm them, arm them with some things, and they can even lock his ass in over there or do damage, but he could do damage too. You know what I'm saying? They can't completely stop him from doing damage to them. You know what I'm saying? But they do strategically have him. They got more bases. That's real. They got more bases. But again, I stress that, Russia is the second largest, strongest military on the planet, behind the United States, but either one, and I'm only saying that to say, it don't make no goddamn difference. They all can goddamn fall. You know what I'm saying? Just because you say you got this, that, and the third don't mean shit. Some people just ain't having it. Them motherfuckers, both of their ass went up into Afghanistan, and both of their ass left out there with their goddamn tail between their legs. You see what I'm saying? With all that military and shit. Some people that just ain't gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit show motherfuckers what it take. You know what I'm saying? To stand your goddamn ground. And what African people have to understand that this shit is already come to your door. And it's coming to your goddamn door again. And you better understand, and look at this shit as a blueprint of what can very well be, and study this shit, not to be on you studying it to watch both. And like Kyler used to say, you watch both sides. When two Cro-Magnums is arguing, you listen very carefully. You study very carefully what is going on, and don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything. Shit, every one of them, all them bases could be for our ass. You don't know. But I doubt very seriously if them bases up there in the Arctic is for any other individuals other than the other side, which, is which we call the West. And so you see even on Alaska, and you talking about over there, the Bering Sea and so on, they got heavy military over there too. You know what I'm saying? They got heavy military over there. And so, the Europeans got NATO, but, Russia got its own, allies, and they got their own little organization too. Now, this is, the military districts of Russia. And so, they're going to be heavy over there in that northern, western, and southern area because their enemies are over there. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, again, you know, it's going to be a land base. If they dealing with them Europeans, in which they Europeans too, they just different warring tribes. You know what I'm saying? You got the Slavic Russian tribes, and then you got the more, you know, you got the European, you know, the other European tribe, the Anglo-Saxon motherfuckers and shit. And so, you know, it's gonna be a land war. And so, you know, when it come down to land and shit, you talking about Russia got so many goddamn tanks and shit. You know what I'm saying? To roll across that damn land. So it's formidable. You know what I'm saying? It's formidable. And so you don't, you know, World War III, it could very well be any day from now. You know what I'm saying? It could be any day from now. You know, where, you know, you again, you know, our sons and, you know, many of our daughters that didn't join up. It got to go over this, and how many we gonna lose? You know what I'm saying? We keep, you know, and because we have not separated, we have not removed ourselves. Oh, and it must be, you know what I'm saying? We cannot sign on to all this goddamn warring and shit. You know, we ain't warring for nothing that benefits African people, where we going over here and going to fucking Russia and over here to Ukraine and goddamn Poland. Fuck them. You understand? Y'all fight for y'all shit. Y'all the motherfucking slave masters. Ain't no way we should be going over there to fight for shit over there. And goddamn, we over here fighting right over here in the fucking United States. And they gonna ship our ass somewhere to go fight for some goddamn Ukraine, man. Fuck y'all. Y'all better boss up. Y'all better get y'all shit together and shit. You know, if you gonna goddamn play poker, motherfucker, have a hand. If you ain't got no goddamn hand, don't be bluffing, motherfucker. Now you got to drop, motherfucker, and you ain't got shit in your hand, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He coming in there, he you know, he coming in to get what's his. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it looked like. And so again, you looking at members of it's called the Collective Security Treaty Organization. You see Belarus is also one of those, and that's why they went up there and was doing, you know, some you know, they was up there preparing to crack, you know, Ukraine here from the north. You see what I'm saying? You see they was coming up, and then you got Kazakhstan and you know, and a couple of other them Tajik. I'm not about all the goddamn stones. You know what I'm saying? And so the ones that you see in green is, you know, with Russia. You see what I'm saying? With Russia. Now you see, you got these military bases all through. I mean, United States got goddamn. They got so many bases, they don't even know how many they got. You see what I'm saying? They don't even know how many they got, and so they got all type of, you know, air bases and shit all through. You know what I'm saying? In Europe, and you know, and these are maybe probably just some of the more larger bases. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and so what is they, you know, United States say we gonna fight this shit over there. You know what I'm saying? Where they can fight, you know, and you know, closer to you know, to their territory. You know what I'm saying? And they also protecting their European allies. You understand what I'm saying? But shit, that's where, you know, the brunt of the forces, you know, the war gonna take place. If it's on land, that's where it's gonna take place. And so, you know, they got all type of goddamn nukes. They got all type of bases over there. You can see this is in Germany. You see what I'm saying? They got all type of goddamn bases and facilities, military facilities in Germany. You know what I'm saying? And so even in the Pacific. So, you know, I mean, goddamn, you talking about motherfuckers is real like United States and shit is goddamn encircling the damn planet with military. Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, they encircling, you know, they encircling. And so you get, you know, and so, you know, you look at what they got, then you come in the Pacific, and, you know, because they, you know, they about to get into it with China, they starting to ramp up, you know, tightening up a lot of the military bases in the Pacific. So, you know, you see that they already done signed a pact with Australia. You see what I'm saying? You know, they know they about to get into it. They about to give Australia some nuclear nuclear subs. They say, well, they won't have nuclear weapons. They just be fueled by, be fueled nuclear subs. And you know what I'm saying? But, if it get to going down, they're just like saying, okay, we won't put none on there until you motherfuckers get to acting stupid. Then when you get to acting stupid, then we got something for your ass. We gonna load them up. So you see they about to, militarize Australia, New Zealand. They're already in Hawaii. They're already in the Philippines. They're already in South Korea. They're already in Japan. You see they're already in Thailand. And so Britain also got a lot of them islands over there, where they didn't, and so you see China had to come down. They had to make some goddamn islands. You understand? They had to make some goddamn islands. Wait a minute, let me, and so even when you look at, you start looking at some of them tanks and shit, they say goddamn, Russia got something like 20,000 goddamn tanks. You see what I'm saying? That's more than the whole goddamn Europe combined. You see what I'm saying? They got more goddamn tanks than Europe combined. And so when you look at even on Japan and shit, and the Japanese over there talking shit like, y'all motherfuckers got all this shit over there, on our island. It causes for our island to be a target and this, that, and the third. And it's even some islands over there. It's some islands over there right by Russia, and Russia ends up taking them damn islands right there. Kuril Islands. You see what I'm saying? They used to belong to Japan, but they knew what the United States was going to do. Like they was doing there. They're going to put, they're going to militarize them islands and lock their ass in there. And so it's a beef going on right now between well, they under negotiations. You see what I'm saying? I think after World War II or something like that, Russia, took them islands from Japan. They were originally island, but they understood what was going down. And so they just went on ahead and seized them islands from Japan. Or they would have been trying to lock their ass in over there too. You see what I'm saying? And, have, missiles and shit right there at they, on their eastern flank. You understand what I'm saying? The western flank is over there by Ukraine, and the eastern flank is over here on the Pacific. You see? And so, family, this was NATO, and you see in 1998, you see all the rest of them, before Russia fell, and then in 2022, you can see they didn't seize a good chunk of that shit. It then went over into NATO. And so you see, if they take Ukraine, I mean, they literally in their house for real. You know what I'm saying? They already in Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. You understand what I'm saying? Which is, technically they could put something there. But if they Ukraine, they technically got their ass blocked in. You know what I'm saying? They right there. They could bring it. They could bring it right to their ass from right there. That's really what it boiled down. So if it was the United States, it would be just like taking Mexico. You know what I'm saying? It'd just be like taking Mexico or damn near taking Canada or pieces of Canada and having access to hit anything in the United States at a close range. You see what I'm saying? That mean where shit, they could shoot and it might take 30 minutes to get. That's why they say, fuck it, we gonna create some of them what they call them missiles that could go so goddamn fast and shit. You know what I'm saying? Say we gonna create some shit that can go faster and get over there quicker. You understand? Y'all think y'all gonna be, and so that's what they doing. And so, like I say, this is just only to show you a brief overview of what's going on out there, but just let the people know it's a critical situation. These motherfuckers been going at it for a very, very long time. They've been going at it for a very, very long time. These are two tribes that been going at it, and the Russians and all of them motherfuckers come out, the Vikings, all them motherfuckers is the same thing. But even the Vikings jumped on Britain and shit. And so a lot of their blood is the same. Shit, I don't know Ain't no really no say, it's I guess it's some, some tribal things that separate them. But the Vikings and shit is basically the root of the Russians and shit and all them even the Germans. The Vikings is the root of all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Britain, France, the Vikings. The Vikings jumped on all them motherfuckers and so basically that's the root of a lot of them damn Europeans over there. And so, at this time, all I can say is keep your eyes open, study it. This is a time to study and to look and watch. And even if they false flag, and watch how they false flag. You know what I'm saying? Watch what they doing and watch how they moving. Because next it could be your ass and they'll be moving on your ass just the same. You see, they'll be moving on your ass just the same. So family, you know what I'm saying? Prepare, keep your eyes open. Don't cry for them if you can't cry for our people. Fuck them. I ain't saying, you over there crying for Ukraine, goddammit, and I'm crying for Africa and what's going on in Africa and shit, where they ain't getting all that they need. And goddamn Europeans and shit and all type of Islamic regimes is ruling over Africa just the same. And so that's what we got to worry about and understand that we got to build up an African army on this planet to where they can't land no motherfucker 190,000 and goddamn Africa, damn near 2 billion people. Damn near 2 billion people with the average age 17. We got to dare motherfucker to bring their ass to Africa. We got to dare them. Bring that shit on. This ain't Ukraine, motherfucker. Or this ain't goddamn Afghanistan or Iraq. We got to be able to band together. And just like you see NATO band all Africa, even if they got differences, they're going to have a agreement that if anything like that was ever to happen to Africa, that we would band together in totality to defend our brothers and sisters. That got to be, we have to look at this and come to that conclusion. You understand what I'm saying? We cannot have nobody pulling up on African people. And I'm not just talking about Africa, African communities anywhere. We have to come to, to understanding, in our spirits and our minds through all the sickness that niggas that infected niggas' minds to where they can't think straight. But we have to protect our people and defend our people just like any other people on this planet. And we have to come to the understanding that if any time they bring their ass to the continent of Africa, all 2 billion African people must band together to stomp their skulls into the soil of Africa. Period. End the goddamn question, Brian. What you got, it will not be enough. You understand what I'm saying? And all Africans in the diaspora, we got to understand that, we must see the adversary eventually. We must see and we must prepare ourselves for that eventual, conflict of conflict. And we will be victorious. Our day of liberation and salvation draws near. Thank you, family, for being here today. This is the General Sarah Sunseti, Naga News Network special report. This is the General saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.